Hey guys, it's Wolverine here back again with another little video. Just letting you know, first off, I wanted to talk about the Big Ten video. This video, the video I've been working on for it seems like about 3 or 4 weeks now. Believe me, it's still coming out. I'm finally getting around to it. I don't know when I'm going to get it out though, but I am trying. I really am. I don't know. But I will eventually get it out. And after this, I'll probably add some more onto the script. And I'll try to get it out as soon as possible because I want to make this video as perfect as I can because this is the biggest, excuse me, this is the biggest project I've been working on for in my entire YouTube career, and I want it to be as good as I can get it to be. So yeah, I figured since I need to pump out some videos, let's do a second chance bracket. I mean, I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. And of course, Tennessee is still in the tournament, which of course I'm very happy about that. As you can see, my brackets are absolutely horrible. For some reason, this one has even this one that I feel like I didn't even really try on this one, and yet it's doing better than both of these two. It's doing better than both of those two. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, I guess I'm good at making brackets that I don't even really care about. So I guess we'll go ahead and try to make a second chance bracket right now. Yeah, right. And create a bracket. And yeah, here we go. I guess we'll start off in the South region. Starting off with Auburn and Michigan. Now, I feel like this will be a pretty good game. Michigan, of course. This tournament, they've been surviving by the skin of their teeth. They barely won against UC San Diego, and then they came back and beat Texas A&M. So Michigan's been surviving by the skin of their teeth. But it is, I mean, in March Madness, all you can do is survive, survive and advance. And I think this is going to be a good game. I still think Michigan's a good team. I still think, even, of course, when I made my predictions that I thought Michigan could win this game, I still think Michigan can win. I honestly would not be shocked if Michigan comes out and gets this win. Because I still think Michigan is playing good basketball at the moment. But so is Auburn. Even though they've lost 3 out of their last 4, they've turned it up in this tournament. Granted, of course, it was against a 16 seed, against a team we've never even heard of. And then against Creighton, where they kind of struggled, but then Auburn pulled away. But I think Auburn and Johni Broome, I think they're just too good. Again, I would not be shocked if Michigan pulls this off. I would not be shocked one bit. And I didn't even mean to pick Auburn. I didn't even mean to pick Auburn. But whatever. But yeah, I've got Auburn beating Michigan. And then Ole Miss versus Michigan State. Ole Miss making their second ever Sweet 16 appearance and going to be looking to try to make their first ever Elite Eight. Ole Miss, of course, they beat UNC, basically dominated UNC. UNC almost came back and won, but Ole Miss, of course, survived in advance. And then they absolutely throttled Iowa State. It wasn't even close. And then Michigan State with their path here, they beat the crap out of Bryant, and then they had a bit of a struggle fest with New Mexico, but New Mexico's a good team. Yeah, Michigan State had to come back and win that one. But yeah, both teams, I wouldn't be surprised how this game goes. I feel like it could go either way. I feel like Ole Miss could win this. I wouldn't be shocked if Michigan State won. But I don't know. I still think Michigan State's got this. I picked Michigan State to win, but who knows? I wouldn't be shocked if Ole Miss won. I would not be shocked. They've been playing some good basketball as of late. But Michigan State, man, I feel like New Mexico, they're definitely a good team. They deserve to be there. And I mean, you can say, "Oh, they struggled against them," but I think New Mexico's a good team. So I'm going Michigan State here. And I know Ole Miss, of course, beat Iowa State, but Iowa State, man, I don't know. They just got crazy, crazy cold at the end of the friggin' season. Yeah, I'm taking Michigan State. But again, like I said, I would not be shocked if Ole Miss was to win that game. All right, then Florida versus Maryland. Florida survived by the skin of their teeth against UConn. UConn should have won that game, but Florida came out and won, keeping their national championship hopes alive and well. Sorry, excuse me. But yeah, Florida keeps their hopes alive and well. And Maryland, man. Maryland's proved me wrong. Of course, they came out, beat the crap out of Grand Canyon. I picked Maryland to lose in the first round of Grand Canyon, but Maryland won that. And then Maryland came out and won on a buzzer beater against Colorado State. So Maryland, they've been kind of getting lucky. Same with Florida, though. Both teams have been kind of getting lucky. But sometimes you need luck to win games. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take Florida here. I've been more impressed with them. And plus, of course, they're my national title pick. I mean, why would I not pick them? And then Texas Tech versus Arkansas. I did not expect Arkansas to come this far. I had Arkansas losing in the first round. They beat Kansas, and then they upset St. John's, which is up there for one of the biggest upsets in the tournament that we've seen, is Arkansas over St. John's. Definitely the biggest upset in the second round. I mean, nothing else comes close. Nothing else comes close. Arkansas over St. John's was definitely the biggest upset in the second round. But Texas Tech, man, of course, they beat UNC Wilmington, and then they basically handled, at least I thought, a pretty good Drake team. But who knows? Maybe Arkansas can find a way to win this one too. Let's check out the preview. It says here the Red Raiders are favored by 5.5. But who knows? Maybe Arkansas finds a way to pull another one out. But I think I'm going with Texas Tech. First off, I want to apologize to all the Red Raider fans who I had y'all losing in the second round, but now I got y'all going to the Elite Eight. Y'all proved me wrong. So yeah, give me the Red Raiders. And then Duke versus Arizona. Duke, with their way here, they absolutely demolished their 16th seed, and then they demolished Baylor. Arizona, they basically decimated Akron, and then they beat Oregon, a pretty solid Oregon team. But this is where Arizona's run comes to an end. I'm taking Duke. Duke's playing really good basketball right now. Cooper Flagg, Tyrese Proctor, Kai Knippel is playing well. I mean, literally, basically the whole team's playing well. Like, I don't know if anybody can stop. It's going to be hard to stop Duke. It is going to be hard to stop them. They are playing really good right now. And then BYU versus Alabama. This is going to be a good game. BYU on their way here beat the crap out of VCU. I thought VCU was a pretty good team. I thought VCU was going to upset BYU, but I guess not. And BYU comes out and upsets Wisconsin. And I had Wisconsin making the Elite Eight. And BYU comes out and upsets them. So yeah, Squitzard, he might have had something. He was on to something about BYU. In Alabama, I don't know. I think BYU right now has kind of been looking like the better team. But Alabama, they've also I don't know. I don't know about this one. I think BYU, in my opinion, has been look like the better team. Alabama struggled in the first round against Robert Morris. And then they kind of handily beat St. Mary's, but St. Mary's is an okay team, but I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I've been more impressed with BYU. I've been more impressed with BYU. You know what? Give me BYU. I've been more impressed with BYU so far than Alabama. Give me the BYU, and I can't have like all the one seeds, like or all the two seeds or whatever. Like, dude, such chalk. I can't pick chalk every single time. I gotta have at least some upset. All right, Houston versus Purdue. Houston's been looking good too. I know haven't really been playing that great competition. They blew out their one seed, beat probably the best 8 seed in the tournament in Gonzaga. They had a large lead on them, let Gonzaga come back and almost win. But they still won. Purdue crushed. Well, they didn't really crush High Point. I think they only won by like 10 points, but still. And then Purdue, they also crushed McNeese. Like it wasn't even close. Um, let's see what the preview says really quick. It says Houston's favored by 7.5. I don't know, man. I think Houston right now is on a freaking roll. So I'm gonna take Houston. I'm going to take Houston. All right, then Tennessee versus Kentucky. Of course, you guys pretty much know I'm a Tennessee fan. And if we're able to get this win, this would be the biggest win in program history for us. Because the farthest we've made is the Elite Eight. And I think our Sweet 16 victories, I know one of them, of course, was against Creighton. I don't remember what the other one was against. But probably not like big. But this would be our biggest win in program history if we was able to pull this off against Kentucky. Because when it comes to basketball, Kentucky is our biggest rival when it comes to basketball. It's going to be a tough game. Both teams have been playing pretty well. Tennessee, they didn't play their best against Wofford. We could have definitely played a little bit better in that game. But then, of course, Tennessee came out basically dominated UCLA. I know you're probably being like, oh, they only won by this much. Trust me, if you actually watch the game, the score does not indicate how bad the beating truly was. And then Kentucky, they basically won their first round game with ease against Troy, and then took on Illinois. Basically won that game with ease as well. But it's going to be a good game. Both these teams are playing really well right now. But the thing is, though, Kentucky's beaten Tennessee twice already. Kentucky's already beaten Tennessee twice. You know the saying, it's hard to beat a really good team twice. It's even harder to do it 3 times. It's even harder to do it 3 times. And I think that Tennessee just ain't going to let it happen. I don't think they're going to let it happen. And of course, it wouldn't shock me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, this would become. I know Kentucky fans would probably take this and be like, "Oh, look at you! You're such a friggin' idiot." I know. If Tennessee friggin' loses this game, I know Kentucky fans would do that because that's how they are. But anyways, I got Tennessee winning. If we lose to Kentucky again, man. If we lose to them again. God, if we lose to them again. I am going to lose it if we lose to them again. Alright, moving on to the Elite Eight games. Oh my, what is it doing? Alright, moving on to the Elite Eight games. It didn't save, oh, there we go. I was about to say. Moving on to the Elite Eight games, I got Auburn versus Michigan State. This is definitely going to be a good game. Both teams are playing pretty well, but not going to lie, I think I've been more impressed with Auburn. Give me the Tigers in that one. And then Florida versus Texas Tech. Give me Florida, man. I mean, you know what? My Final Four is pretty much already still intact. I might as well just take it. My Final Four is still intact. I might as well take it. So Duke versus BYU. I know BYU's been playing some good ball as of late, but Duke, man, they're just playing too good. They're playing too good, man. And then Houston versus Tennessee. This game could go either way. It's going to be a really good game. But I don't care. I think this is the year Tennessee finally ends it. I think this is the year Tennessee finally makes the Final Four. This is the year we finally make it. All right, so Final Four. This is the Final Four, of course, that I predicted in my original bracket that I made. And, I mean, all the teams are still alive, so I might as well just stick with it. Auburn and Florida. And that one, I'm going to take Florida. I mean, I picked them to win my to make the national championships, and might as well stick with it. Same with Duke. I mean, I'd love for Tennessee to beat Duke. I would love it more than anything in the world. But like I said, Duke's playing really good basketball right now. And I just don't think Tennessee right now has got the firepower to compete with them. So Florida versus Duke in the national championship. I am taking Florida again. They were my pick in my original bracket. And I might as well just stick with them. I might as well just stick with Florida. They're still playing really good ball, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe Florida comes out and loses to Maryland. I mean, it's March. You never know. You never know. I mean, like, exactly. You never know. I mean, look it up. The last time, if my predictions are correct, that all 1 seeds make the Elite Eight, this would be the first time since 2008 that all 1 seeds would make the Elite Eight. This would be the first time since 2008 that all 1 seeds would make the Elite Eight. Which, I mean, who knows? Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe an upset happens. I will say, though, if a 1 seed goes down, if a 1 seed does, in fact, go down, I think it's going to be Auburn. I think if a 1 seed goes down, I think it's going to be Auburn. To be honest with you, I'm fairly confident in that one. I think if one seed goes down, I think it's going to be Auburn. But yeah, here's my second chance bracket. I'm gonna stick with it. Tiebreaker, how many points are scored? I don't know, I guess 156. I don't know. Submit bracket. Oh, I can actually make more. Well, what I could do, I could just make multiple. I could just try to make one of every single scenario. It'd be a lot easier to do it with, 16 teams and the original 14. But how many more brackets can you actually make? How much more does it say you can? It says you can only make 3. Oh, okay. Well, guys, that is going to do it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm going to try to get that video out as soon as I can. And I'll try to get this one out as soon as I can. But yeah. Go Vols. Screw y'alls, as BBD would say. Rest in peace to him. And yeah, hopefully Tennessee can finally make the Final Four this year. And just please don't lose to Kentucky.